Hello. I will be streaming Genshin Impact Space and Time for you. I hopefully will be able to finish this quest. Hello, Jay.
Oh, you're back! How did it go? Find anything?
Oh, hold up, the audio's echoing.
Nothing substantial, unfortunately. But we had the weirdest experience.
Okay, yeah, the audio's better now. It's not echoing.
So I take it that the war's still on?
No progress yet, I'm afraid.
That's okay. I just wasn't sure, because things seemed to be at a standstill while you were gone. The Abyss Order hasn't attacked us, and since we don't know what they're planning, we haven't made a move either. In a word, it's a stalemate. The guards have been keeping watch around the clock, but for everyone else, you wouldn't even know we're at war.
Huh. Really makes you wonder what the Abyss Order's thinking.
I was wondering, Traveler, if you have the time, could you go and pay a visit to the guards? They've been working a pretty demanding schedule. I was gonna go see them myself, but I'm sure they'd appreciate a visit from the greatest hero of our time.
Oh, but you're a great hero too, Yan-san.
This is technically my sibling's fault, so...
Great. Thanks, you two.
Wow! Tumaini, our hero. We've actually fought together before. You probably don't remember it, though.
Yeah, sorry, I don't recall.
That's to be expected. You took point, and I was much further back in the ranks. I saw you, though. You were a great inspiration to us all.
Thank you for standing guard this whole time.
It's all good. Honestly, it's not been that much work. Haven't heard a peep from the enemy.
Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
Nothing that would indicate an impending attack. I've spotted a bunch of Abyss Order operatives, but they weren't acting hostile, just hanging around. There were even moments when they seemed to be meditating. At least, that's what it looked like to me. Maybe it's part of their religion or something.
What do you think of the design of Natlan? Because you haven't seen it all too much yet.
Out of an abundance of caution, I asked some shamans from the tribe to take a look and see if there was anything nefarious at work. But they didn't sense anything untoward, so we just put it down to religious ceremony and left them to it.
Huh. Interesting. Well, the more time they spend meditating, the less time they spend trying to beat us to a pulp.
Could this be related to their true objective?
Well, the shamans didn't raise any concerns, so how bad could it be? As far as I'm concerned, so long as they don't pose an active threat, they can do all the cult worship activities they want. Besides, as soon as everything's in place and we're ready for an all-out offensive, there'll be no match for us.
Huh. Sounds like morale is pretty high. Guess there's strength and confidence in numbers. Let's keep going, Traveler.
Huh? Is that Tumaini? What brings you here? Is this, like, a meet and greet? I wasn't... I'm so nervous.
Hey, come on! You'd march to war without so much as blinking. What's so scary about a chat with a Traveler, huh?
It's not the same thing at all. There are plenty of chances to go to war. But a one-on-one chat with our great hero? That could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. How can I not be nervous? What if I say something wrong? Or if my posture's bad? Or if I accidentally make a weird expression with my face? One bad impression can stick for life.
This guy is too worried. The Traveler's not that intimidating.
No one's here to judge you on your posture or your facial expressions. Relax.
All right then. I'm sorry, great hero, but I have a small favor to ask.
Let Paimon guess. An autograph, right? That's easy.
May I challenge you to a fight?
What? How can you be so audacious and so sheepish at the same time? Huh. I'm starting to think your nervousness is all just an act.
No, of course not. I just figured that if I don't ask now, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. But I am still on patrol, so please, Great Paimon, if you wouldn't mind taking over for me for just a few minutes?
Ugh, again with the sheepish audacity. Just pick one or the other, will you?
I think it's a fair request.
Obviously, I never expected to win, but until now, I didn't appreciate just how great the gulf was between us. I'll be bragging about the day I got to spar with Hermione for the rest of my life. Today's really my lucky day.
Oh, Paimon can't keep up with you. Your tone has changed all over again. Now you've had a spar with the Traveler. What gives?
Well, some people connect through conversation, but we warriors bond by sparring. And now that I've had a bout with the hero, we're no longer strangers. Nothing to be nervous about anymore.
Alright, Jay. Does that mean you can't chat in the live stream?
Okay. Well, to each their own. But Paimon's still gonna stick to conversation.
Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
Not at all. We haven't spotted any new enemy movements.
As Paimon expected, nothing here either. Let's do another lap and get back to Yan-san.
You're back. So, did the guards find anything?
Nothing much, no. Someone mentioned that the Abyss Order has been doing some kind of meditation or prayer, but apparently it seemed harmless. Paimon wants to lodge a complaint about one of the guards, though. His name's Kentaro.
He wasn't a problem.
Traveler? You're back already? No one thought to wake me up, huh?
In fairness, you look pretty hungover. Can't imagine anyone wanting to wake you up in that state.
I'll have you know I'm perfectly sober when I'm hungover. Okay. I'll admit that sounds strange at face value, but regardless, what I meant to say is, I heard something about the Abyss Order engaging in meditation.
Yeah, that's right. Does that mean anything to you, Siglali?
I sensed something strange in my dream. It was vague, but it seemed as if some noise had found its way into Natlan's ley lines.
Oh, what does that mean?
Hard to say. I don't think it had any tangible effect on the Night Kingdom or on our ley lines, but still. It's like a signal that exists on a different dimension of reality. It might not interfere with ours or pose any detectable risk, but I just get the sense that something strange is going on.
Interesting.
Oh. So even someone as familiar with the ley lines as you can't tell what's going on. No wonder the shamans that Satura called to the front lines couldn't sense anything.
Ian-san, I think we should go talk to the chiefs. There's no point dragging this out. We need to take the initiative and drive the Abyss Order out of Natlan for good.
Oh, and by the way, Sleet Lolly has the same voice actor as March 7th from Honkai Star Rail.
If that's the Council of Granny Eatsley, I'm sure the chiefs will agree. But it will still take us some time to gather the required force. In war, adequate planning and preparation is the key to victory.
Sure, but the finer details aren't my concern. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Just remember to come find me when you're ready to talk to the chiefs.
Actually, since you're here, Sleet Lolly,
Oh? Sure, what is it?
have you ever heard of monsters?
Huh, you mean only select individuals can see them? Now that's a strange one. I guess they could be manifestations of a disturbed psyche? Or extreme negativity embodied in physical form? It could also be a simple case of dead monsters whose souls got stuck here somehow. Well, I say simple. Things quickly get confusing when you start looking into monster souls. For starters, trying to figure out which classification system to use is a real pain in the...
Alright, we get it! Granny Eatsley's learning and wisdom knows no bounds. But could we just get the short answer?
Hey, I was just thinking out loud. You really think I was just trying to flaunt my knowledge? Anyway, the short answer is... there are many potential explanations for the kind of phenomenon you describe. That said, it's not something I've ever encountered in all my years.
Whew, wow. Okay. Well, if Granny Eatsley's never seen it, it might as well not exist, right?
Hey, I'm not that old!
I'm guessing you're charging your phone right now, Jay? I agree, it's hard to say what it was for sure.
Care to elaborate on what happened? This all sounds rather mysterious.
You tell the two about what happened.
Really? You had to hold her hand to see the monsters? Sounds a little contrived.
Huh? That's the part that bothers you?
Maybe the point is more that it requires direct physical contact, whether that be hand-holding or otherwise. But that's neither here nor there. What bothers me is, it sounds like she's convinced that your sibling, the leader of the Abyss Order, is a savior. That really makes me question whose side this girl is on, and whether what she told you about her background is actually the truth. Sorry if that comes across as paranoid. It's just hard not to be suspicious of everything when we're in the middle of a war.
Actually, Paimon feels like you make a fair point.
Whoever this girl is, she sounds like bad news.
Okay, well, you're clearly just jumping to conclusions.
Do you think she's a spy?
It's hard to know what to make of it. A young lady all by herself, lost in the middle of nowhere, sees monsters that no one else can, calls the leader of the Abyss Order her savior. At the very least, we should remain vigilant. Keep a close watch on her.
Sounds sensible. On that note, we probably shouldn't have left her by herself in that cave.
Traveler, we still need some time to muster our forces. Maybe you could check on her if you're not busy. Just be careful.
Might as well. She seems to trust me, after all.
It's settled then. Let's go check on her.
I'm still not used to
I'm
Paimon's
sure they'll show up
voice.
soon.
still be here, right? Oh, it's so quiet, though. Uh-oh. What if Yan-san was right? Maybe she never intended to stay here at all.
Let's stay quiet.
Traveler, watch out!
Shoot, maybe Deardith really is a...
Oh, sorry. I didn't know it was you. I heard a noise and I thought it was the monsters coming to get me. Did I hurt you? Oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking straight.
If I thought it would hurt, I would have tried to dodge.
Phew. That was scary. Paimon thought we'd walked into a trap. Maybe we shouldn't have sneaked in without announcing it. Then you would have known we weren't monsters.
To be honest, I've been really on edge since you left. I just have this constant feeling that any second, the monsters are gonna come back and get me. And it's not like I can run from them. There's also no way to cook here. It's good you got back when you did. Another hour and a half and you probably would have found me starved to death.
Oh, that's weirdly precise. Though, it does explain why your attack on the Traveler was so weak. Wait, if you really thought you were gonna starve or get killed by monsters, why'd you promise that you'd be okay here on your own?
I just didn't want to lose face in front of my hero. She already saved my life once. That's more than enough. I just don't want to come across as a constant burden.
Huh. For someone on the brink of starvation, you're pretty preoccupied with your image. What's the real reason?
What? That is the real reason. I'm kind of bearing my soul here, you know?
Could she really just be an injured civilian?
Anyway, so, could you make me some food now?
Sure, I know just the recipe. Only takes an hour and a half.
Oh, Paimon's getting hungry now, too. Go on, then. You can join us for dinner.
Whew. I am so full. Thanks for saving me, again. Starvation feels like a distant memory now.
No trouble at all.
Huh. You can really pack it away, Deardith. Guess that explains how you had the energy to make it this far.
I tried so hard to hold back, but it looks like I still came across like a total glutton.
Paimon didn't even realize how late it is. Hey, the night sky here is really pretty.
Yeah, and it's all thanks to you both that I'm able to relax and enjoy it. I was cooped up in that cave the whole time you were gone. Now, I'm finally out. The air seems fresher, and the stars more beautiful than ever before.
You weren't in there that long.
But she thought she was gonna starve to death.
When I was young, I used to lie on the roof of my house, gazing up at the stars. And often, my mind would drift to this question. Is this starry sky actually real?
Wait, why would she think that? Does she know about the false sky?
But my grandma would tell me, the answer to that question doesn't really matter. Think of all the people in our village who spend their entire lives here, she'd say. To them,
That little village is their whole world. And so, if it's our destiny to live beneath this sky all our lives, then whatever may or may not lie beyond, this is our world. And that sky is real to us.
Paimon kinda gets you, but also not really. Is it kind of like how journeying with the Traveler is everything to Paimon right now?
That seems kind of right.
I really treasured my world for a really long time. The village was my everything. The houses, the scenery, stories I always loved to hear about the Savior. But I could never bring myself to agree with Grandma. Even if the village was my entire world, I still had to know what lay outside its borders.
Jay, are you still able to chat in the stream chat? You can answer this question on Discord if you want.
Yeah! Go you!
So, I finally ventured out and set off on my journey to find the Savior. I'm going to make my world bigger, one step at a time. And I'm not going to stop until I've seen what's beyond the stars. Maybe then, I'll finally get an answer to the question I had as a child.
Beyond the stars?
Who knows? Maybe one day, I'll be sitting and chatting just like we are now, but with someone from another world.
Yeah, one day. Oh, if only we could tell her. But it's probably best not to open that can of worms right now.
I need to
Bless
find
me.
the Savior and protect my world. Then, I can make sure it continues to grow. That's the most worthwhile thing I could think of doing, so I've been giving it everything I've got.
You know what? That's pretty cool. Paimon kinda wants to root for you now.
What do you think of the story so far?
Sorry. I got a little carried away. I always get chatty after a hearty meal. Just like my grandma.
The more we chat, the more I'm convinced that she's not a bad person. And it doesn't sound like she's been brainwashed by the Abyss Order. Maybe we can afford to trust her.
Hold on. Shh. It's them. The monsters are back.
Where? Oh, still invisible, huh?
Gotta try that trick again.
Can you see them now?
Yeah, stay back. I'll handle them.
Oh, Paimon still can't see anything. But please, be careful.
Shine down! Strike a pose! Carving waves! Check this out! Got the luck! Time to shine! Inazuma shines eternal!
Grow! This is the sunrise. Woohoo! Let's shred, Sharky! Let the world collide!
Illusion shattered! Now you shall perish!
Woohoo!
Oh, don't worry, Jay. I'm sure the quest will make sense eventually to you.
Let my name echo in song! Not my lucky day.
Meredith was shown in the 5.7 trailer, so she's definitely an important NPC.
Off we go. I see everything. There is no escape. The show begins. Let's ride. Woohoo! Catch an epic wave.
Torn to oblivion!
It's carving waves. Amazing. Huh? Wow, that was fast. Did you get all of them? Oh, Paimon's slowly but surely getting used to the sight of you fighting thin air. You doing all right, Deirdith? Deirdith? Hey, it's okay. There's nothing to be scared of anymore.
Oh, I'm fine. I just spaced out there for a moment.
You spaced out? That's a pretty bold move under the circumstances.
I was just... the image of the Traveler fighting to protect me. I was trying to commit it to memory. Seems like the least I can do.
All right. Whatever floats your boat.
Anyway, there are no more monsters in the area, and it's getting late. Why don't you stay here tonight?
Sounds reasonable to Paimon. What do you think, Traveler?
I'm personally satisfied that Deirdith isn't a threat, but it can't hurt to monitor her for another night.
All right. Deirdith will be... Huh? Deirdith? Why are you going in alone?
As you stare at the hibernation cube, soon a vivid dream fills your mind. This is the Night Kingdom. Ether and the Lord of the Night. My head, it hurts. My headache, it's gone. I think I hear a voice in the darkness. Oh, this is getting interesting.
Doomsday. A fitting name indeed. A blood-red sky. Wild beasts that slaughter all in sight. Endless pain. A terrible curse that cannot be reversed. And the birth of a savior.
that dream I just had.
You're awake. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to,
Was she holding my hand?
You just look quite distressed, like you were having a nightmare. I thought if I took your hand into mine, you might find it soothing. At least, that's what my family always did when I had nightmares. But it didn't seem to work on you. In fact, I think I made it even worse. I'm so sorry.
Oh, is that right? Huh. You better not be trying to pull a fast one on the Traveler.
What? Don't be so... I have more self-control than that.
Self-control? What does that have to do with it?
Ugh, I still can't remember anything. What did I see in my dream just now? I think I saw Ether in the Night Kingdom at the very start of the dream, but I can't remember what happened next. Never mind. If the memory is gone, I can't force myself to remember it. I'm gonna go back to sleep.
Ugh. No way is Paimon getting back to sleep after this. You go ahead. But for the rest of the night, Paimon is staying up to keep an eye on this young lady.
Oh, do I really seem that shady to you?
Well, Deirdre, there should be enough food for 3 days. Make sure you eat the perishable stuff first, so nothing goes to waste. You can't tell which stuff is perishable, right?
Yeah, I can tell from the ingredients. Thank you so much for making all this for me. 3 days will definitely be enough time for my ankle to heal. Then I'll continue on my journey to find the Savior.
All right, then we'll be off. Bye for now, Deirdre.
See you? Wait! But if this is goodbye, how am I supposed to find you again? Oh, I mean, what if I find your sibling? How am I supposed to let you know?
Ah, that's a good point. We share the same goal, but we're constantly on the road, so we've got no fixed address. How about this? When the time comes, you can just write a letter to Mawika. She'll be able to find us for sure.
Mawika? Who's Mawika?
I think I see something over there.
It's the Abyss Order! They're here! But it doesn't look like they're marching to war. More like they're... running away?
Where? What are you talking about?
A bunch of Abyss Order thugs! You don't see them? They're heading right this way!
Wait a second.
That's strange. I guess it's my turn to not be able to see the monsters.
The tried and tested method will allow you to see them.
You're right! I see them now. You weren't joking after all. So this is what it's like.
What a weird situation. What is making these monsters invisible? Is it Deirdre? Or the monsters themselves? Or is it us? Well, might as well mow these ones down, just so they can't pose a threat to the tribes. Woohoo! All done! Their morale seems super low. Guess they really were on the run, huh?
So there's no more of them, right? I still can't wrap my mind around this. Why couldn't I see them until you took my hand?
Yeah, I like Paimon's old voice better. I'm just not going to get used to it at this moment. Believe me, I'm as baffled as you are. The plot thickens. Turns out there are also monsters which I can see, but Deirdre can't.
ideas on why those monsters might have been running away? Maybe something went down on the front line. Oh, Paimon's getting a little worried about Eon-san and the others. Let's head back to the Masters of the Night Wind right away. We gotta go. Bye for now, Deirdre.
See ya, and please take care.
We ran into quite a big group from the Abyss Order just now. Has something happened at the front?
The front line has collapsed.
Huh? But how?
Did the Abyss Order send in reinforcements?
No, relax. Their front line has collapsed, not ours.
Oh, feels like you could have phrased that more clearly at the start. But this is good news, right? Why'd you still look so serious?
Did we unleash the Pyro Archon's might on them?
No, we're still mustering troops, nowhere near ready to go on the offensive. So at first, I was also confused about what exactly happened out there. But just now, I got the full story from a guard who was on the scene. He watched the enemy lines crumble in real time.
What did he see?
One person. Just a single individual. They stormed the enemy lines and attacked with a vengeance, cutting them down like paper dolls. They wielded an unknown power and fought with a sword style that no one recognized. The guard who relayed this to me said that before he even had time to react, the enemy was decimated.
Oh, that seems very interesting. I think I know what happened.
I'm only recounting what I heard, and I'm sure the guard in question must be exaggerating to some extent. But still, we have to identify this person. And assuming they're a neutral party, we'll need to figure out how to engage with them. Clearly they're a force to be reckoned with, so we don't want to come across as too weak or too hostile. It's quite a diplomatic conundrum.
You don't need to sweat it, Eon-san. From your description, we're already pretty confident that we know this person. Honestly, with the Abyss Order acting out so publicly, it's about time he showed up.
He never misses an occasion like this.
Dainsleif!
Were you waiting for me?
It's been a while, Dane. And yeah, after we heard what went down, we figured you'd shown up.
Yes, there will be some voices missing. Like, I think there's only 3 voices missing in this quest.
You caused quite a stir, you know. Oh, this is a friend of ours from Natlan. Her name's Eon-san. She insisted on coming here to thank you in person.
It is my honor, Mr. Dainsleif. Thank you for breaking the stalemate in our war against the Abyss Order. Natlan is fortunate to share a common enemy with such a mighty warrior as yourself.
No need to thank me. I hunt the Abyss Order for my own reasons. Oh, and if Dane was voiced in this quest, he would have Mercury's voice actor. Yes, Dane's voice actor is Yuri Lowenthal, which is the voice actor for Mercury and Ruby.
Please don't mind him, Ian-san. He always talks like that, but he's a pretty nice guy deep down.
It's quite alright. Uezo Janssen respects those of great power. It's quite clear that he meant no offense, and I am still delighted to make his acquaintance.
What do you think of Dane's design?
Anyway, since you're old friends, I'll leave you to catch up for now. Take your time.
Sure thing. You probably have plenty of other stuff to do anyway, right? Since this war isn't exactly over. See you later, Ian-san! Hey, Dane! Would it have killed you to be a little more polite? She's our friend!
Eon-san, yes. I will remember the name, but I will not invest more emotion than is necessary when dealing with the citizens of the Seven. It is a matter of principle for me. Fine, since you helped break the stalemate, we'll let you off the hook.
Ugh, so stubborn. But whatever. So anyway, Dane, do you have any new info about the Abyss Order for us? Any idea what they're trying to achieve with this war, for example?
Never before have I seen the Abyss Order take action on such a large scale. Taken at face value, it seems highly illogical. In a war with the Natlanese, the odds are stacked firmly against them. They surely cannot be unaware of this. Their true goal must be a deeper one.
We thought so too. But it sounds like you're no closer to learning what that goal is than we are.
I've been on the case for some time, even captured and interrogated several Abyss Order members. Yet still, I am none the wiser. I can only assume they have gone to great lengths to keep the real operation a secret. I have a bad feeling about this. The Abyss Order is wasting a lot of its forces attacking Natlan, so whatever they stand to gain must hold enormous value to them.
What do you think we should do?
Since we lack actionable intelligence, for now, we might as well continue to focus on the fighting. Yeah, there are a lot of locations in this game. Leave them to their secret plots. If they're so willing to sacrifice manpower for it, I intend to make that sacrifice greater and more painful than they could ever have anticipated. If we use this opportunity correctly, I believe we can eliminate the vast majority of the Abyss Order's forces. They'll never be able to mount such a large campaign ever again. That outcome is well worth our time. And the sooner we can do that, the better. That's right. The ideal scenario would be to destroy them before they can reach their goal.
Paimon gets it. Nothing in the world can satisfy you like making mincemeat out of the Abyss Order, right?
Right. I thought I was gonna sneeze.
Wow! Okay. A rare, candid response from Dane.
Sounds like Dane's one-man attack on the enemy front. What about you? Any news to share from your end?
Well, actually, we found her brother's hibernation chamber key near the Collective of Plenty. He must have lost it.
So he's here in person? Unsurprising, given the scale of this operation.
And there's more! After finding the key, we also ran into this weird girl. She kept seeing monsters that we couldn't see, and then, this other time, we saw a load of monsters, but she couldn't. She also said she was on a journey to find the Savior. Her description of this Savior matched the Traveler pretty closely, so we figured it's probably her brother.
Hold on. That girl called him the Savior?
Yeah, that's right. Is something the matter, Dane?
The last time I heard that term was before the Cataclysm. And not just that, it referred to your brother then, too. But who would still believe in the myth of the Savior when the Cataclysm has already taken place? It makes no sense. Even before the Cataclysm?
Wait, wasn't her brother called the Prince, though? Where did this Savior thing come from?
Well, when he was first granted the title of Prince, the Vinster King and the entire court of Conria set about loudly proclaiming the might that he would bring to the nation. They made it sound as if, with him there, all pain and suffering would be washed away, and the future of Conria would be brighter than anyone could imagine. The Savior was the celebratory title given to the prince by those who believed this rhetoric. Of course, you know how the story ended. In hindsight, the cruel irony is glaring. All that title really stood for was the Vinster King's lust for power.
Huh. Sounds like the people of Conria really believed in him.
Is that why Ether was so determined to revive the homeland? Because he thinks he failed as the Conrian savior? But that certainly doesn't explain everything. There must be other reasons. As for the girl you met, allow me to offer some speculation. I suspect she's descended from pure blood Conrians afflicted with the curse of immortality. They must have resettled somewhere remote, cut off from the rest of the world. That would explain how her people retained their ancient beliefs, including the myth of the golden-haired savior.
Ah, Paimon gets it now. So, a bit like Kaya, except she grew up somewhere more isolated? Still, that doesn't explain the invisible monster situation.
If she can't provide us with any more valuable intelligence, I suggest we shift our attention back to the Abyss Order.
Sure. Also, why don't you stay with us at the Masters of the Night Wind for tonight? You must be tired after all that fighting today.
I will consider it, but we must discuss our next steps first thing tomorrow morning. We can't give the Abyss Order any time to regroup.
Everyone hold hands!
No, we can't give them that much time.
Is that Dane and Neon-san discussing strategy together? Huh. Looks like they're getting along just fine. Morning! What are you guys talking about?
Ah, you're here. I have some good news to share with you. We just got word from the Scions of the Canopy. Their intelligence has reported that they've discovered the Abyss Order's headquarters in Natlan. After their front lines dissolved, the bulk of their forces fell back to that area. It's also where their central command is located. The location? The Cinder City.
Cinder City, huh? That tracks. Seems like their kind of place. Hey, this is great! This could be our chance to crush the Abyss Order once and for all! And with any luck, maybe we'll find your brother there too!
Yep, our army is almost ready, and we've sent a message to Mawika to let her know the plan. We can't really launch an operation this big without the okay from the Archon.
I beg to differ. This is wasting time. You have the intel you need, so act on it. Every second you delay only increases the Abyss Order's odds of survival. Oh, by the way, what do you think of Dane's design?
I've already explained my reasoning, Mr. Dainsleif. I understand your concern, but an immediate strike is not on the cards for us.
Very well, then I will go there alone. Thank you for the intel, Eon-san.
You're gonna go on your own? Come on, be sensible. Just wait a tiny bit longer and you'll have a whole army going with you.
It's all right. I support your decision, Mr. Dainsleif.
Huh? Shouldn't you be talking sense into him?
I admire his courage, and I believe he is strong enough to take on the Abyss Order on his own. And even if things don't go to plan, he just needs to bide his time until we arrive with reinforcements. Mr. Dainsleif, I wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you.
Looks like he's waiting for you to say something, Traveler.
Allow me to join you, Dainsleif.
For a second there, Paimon actually thought he was gonna brave it alone. And then he called his own bluff. Is this the place? The Abyss Order's hideout in Natlan?
All these years, the Abyss Order has managed to either stay hidden or fiercely defend their position. This may be the first chance I've ever had to finally make a serious dent in their forces. Which reminds me, once the fighting starts, I can't promise I'll be able to have your back at a moment's notice. But if you run into any Abyss-powered mechanisms, feel free to leave them to me. I'll take care of them when I can.
It's been so long since we fought with Dane side by side. Paimon's confident we can clear this place out long before Eon-san arrives. And if you get to meet your brother again, even better. Let's go!
In this battle, Dainsleif will show you the might of the Twilight Sword. Summon him to clear out the obstructions that bar your path. The swordsmanship Dainsleif has mastered as the Conrian court guard captain allows him to easily speed the weakness in opposing elemental wards. His long war against the Abyss made him highly cognizant of their weaknesses, allowing him to also destroy their void wards.
Off we go. Let's ride. Check this out. That's the line. Need a surfboard? Illusion shattered. This may sharing my knowledge. Carving waves. Woohoo! Amazing. Oh! Let's ride. Surf's up. Let the world collide. I see everything. Faster. Catch an epic wave! Whoosh! This is a very different battle from the one we fought with the Ansan. No one's backing down. They're fighting back with... Let's ride!
Hear the truth.
Yeah! Hey!
Need a surfboard? Need a surfboard?
The show begins!
There is no escape.
Let the light shine. The gift of grace.
Grow! Woohoo! Amazing!
Off we go. Shine down.
Carving waves!
Hear the truth.
Amazing!
The name of the truth.
Committed to memory!
The power of revelation
Time to shine!
shall endure.
Brilliant! Faster!
Need a surfboard?
Off we go!
Illusion shattered.
Grow! Yeah! This is unwise! Woohoo!
The show begins.
Hey! The Temple of Wisdom! Surf's up! Let's shred, Sharky! Let the world collide!
There is no escape.
Committed to memory! Grow! Carving waves! Amazing!
What do you think of this quest so far?
This may hurt a little. Chill out! Carving waves! Amazing!
Genshin shattered! Inazuma shines eternal!
Desolation! Twilight Sword Dainsleif. Is this really what you want?
It is indeed. I will take every opportunity to hunt you down to the last man.
So where's the Traveler's brother then? Or is this guy supposed to be in charge here?
So, this is a hunt to you. I must say I pity you, Dainsleif. The death you dole out so readily to others is a luxury you yourself cannot enjoy. But today, that is the least of your worries. Do you realize that all your years of pursuing us are being rendered utterly meaningless, even as we speak?
Your riddles tire me. The overwhelming advantage is ours, at least for the moment. You know what that means for you? I'd like to see what makes you believe you've already won, or that can you still turn the tide of this war.
Then allow me to be frank. As far as we are concerned, our prince has already won by other means. And I do not merely mean this battle. No. His Highness has achieved something far greater. For today, the Abyss Order's greatest wish has finally been fulfilled.
Does that mean...
Our Highness quietly infiltrated the Night Kingdom to exploit that realm's past experience with ley line reconstruction. And then used the Loom of Fate to reweave the ley lines of Conria.
What? He used the Loom of Fate? Wait, does this mean the attack on the Masters of the Nightwind was all a smokescreen to give him some cover? Oh no! This makes too much sense.
Correct. As of now, our homeland has been revived. And all of my comrades that you have slain, Dainsleif, they shall forget the struggles that have beset them these past 500 years, and begin their lives anew in a Conria restored to life.
Oh? What a load of drivel. Your falsehoods are riddled with flaws. My ears tire of your tedium. Isn't there more to reviving a homeland?
Right! You still need a few steps after that, such as finding a place to host the ley lines you just re-wove. Plus, if it was really so easy, Moeka and the captain would have had a way easier time during the war.
I have one simple question. If Conria has indeed been revived as you claim, then where is it?
Oh, you poor fools. Clinging to delusions, even after the truth has been plainly revealed to you. Think back on the past few days. Have you truly not noticed anything amiss since the start of the war?
Anything amiss? Are there signs that I could have missed?
I sensed something strange in my dream. It was vague, but it seemed as if some noise had found its way into Natlan's ley lines.
Oh, what does that mean?
Hard to say. I don't think it had any tangible effect on the Night Kingdom or on our ley lines, but still. It's like a signal that exists on a different dimension of reality. It might not interfere with ours or pose any detectable risk, but I just get the sense that something strange is going on.
I also vaguely remember seeing Aether in the Night Kingdom facing the Lord of the Night. Wait, that's not all. There were other signs as well. According to the guard station near the Masters of the Night Wind, many members of the Abyss Order were seen idling around during the lull in the conflict, even settling down to meditate. The Abyss Order retreated when we attacked their stronghold with Aeon Sun and Seat Lolly. This isn't their usual style. I couldn't see the monsters that Deirdre could see, and she couldn't see the ones I could. We could only see the monsters in each other's sight after making physical contact. Wait, could they have been doing that to help the Lumafate weave new ley lines? But still, that's just a theory, and it doesn't tell me anything about whether they succeeded. Assuming he is right, then another possibility arises. Maybe I'm in a different time and space from Deirdre. If she's Conran like Dane suspects, then that means the revived Conria that he speaks of might actually exist. And despite hailing from that separate time and space, Deirdre has found a way to communicate with us. Whatever may be going through your mind right now, do not trust it. I urge you not to believe his lies. The notion that Conria has been revived is preposterous. Unless I see it with my own eyes, I refuse to entertain it. There is only one thing that should demand our attention in this instant, and that is silencing this man for good.
There is no escape!
Give in to the embrace of the abyss and be baptized!
The show's carving waves! That's up! Let's shred, Starchy!
Illusion shattered!
Do you still understand? You battle in vain! The Abyss Order's mission has been fulfilled!
Shine down!
This may hurt a little. The Temple of Wisdom! Action at the flame! Whoosh! Let's ride!
You battle in vain! My body's failing!
That's up!
I will not bring shame to the name of the Abyss!
That's up! Time to shine!
There is no escape!
Everyone hold hands! Rest! Not my lucky day. Morning.
Do you still not understand? You battle in vain!
Carving waves!
The Abyss Order's mission has been fulfilled!
That should be all of them, right? So, we've destroyed the Abyss Order's headquarters in Natlan, but somehow, that didn't feel satisfying at all. Are you still thinking about what that guy said? You look really worried.
Iridith is the only potential lead we have. I understand. You think she might be from the revived Conria, yes? I have said my piece. I doubt Conria could have be revived so easily. But if it will give you some peace of mind, we should talk to her and test your theory. I will stay here and do some post-battle cleanup. Perhaps there are some clues left to be found. Is Dane okay? Is Dane okay? I thought your voice and attitude seemed familiar. My mistake. I should have made sure you were dead earlier. The curse of immortality has struck you too, then, Hayden.
500 years on, and you still refuse to address me as master. Don't forget, Dainsleif. You may be the renowned Twilight Sword, while my arm has grown too feeble to swing a blade.
Yeah, I mean, Dane does have the curse of immortality, so I'd assume he's fine.
But I taught you everything you know about wielding a blade.
Ha, your arrogance and malice cost you all of my respect long ago.
Be that as it may, under the circumstances, I see no further reason for us to fight. The curse of immortality means neither of us has a way to completely destroy the other.
Speak for yourself. I intend to kill you 100 times over.
Finally had enough. You weren't joking then, huh? Never, in all my worst nightmares, have I experienced anything close to the pain of 100 deaths. Surely, there's no point taking out all your hatred on me alone.
That was just for your actions in the Abyss Order. If I took into account what you did in Conria, you'd soon find out how much darker your nightmares can become.
All right, I believe you. Still, aren't you at least a little tired now? Why don't we sit down, perhaps? Chat a little. Hmm? What? Not a fan of reminiscing about old times? Well, I suppose you don't have many fond memories to look back on.
I never thought you'd side with the Abyss Order, Hayden. You could have easily blamed the prince for his betrayal.
Indeed. When the cataclysm first struck, everyone prayed for the Savior to deliver them, but he was nowhere to be found. Yes, we knew that the great abyssal power within him had been divided up. Yet we still despaired at his choice to leave us. Still, I believe that everything he's doing now, including his regret over what happened, comes from a genuine place in his heart. And besides, who else can we place our faith in? We are proud Conrians, are we not? I mean, we can hardly turn to the gods.
I suppose you have changed a lot over the past 500 years. Otherwise, I have never expected you to forgive him. Had you been so generous during your time at the Knight Academy as my instructor in Black Serpent blade work, I might not have come to loathe you so much.
Is that so?
All my good deeds were clearly in the spirit of the Academy's code of chivalry, yet I received corporal punishment for being restless and brash. And as much as it pains me to bring up his name, even my co-student, Sir Derlogi, was prosecuted for following the spirit of knighthood. He even lost limbs over it. There's little point in discussing it now, of course, but all of this was your doing, wasn't it, Hayden? You wore a mask of benevolence as you viciously suppressed the next generation of knights, all to bolster your own position and reputation. What? Too cowardly to admit it?
Oh, I'm sorry, Dainsleif. I would apologize to you for those actions, truly. But the fact is, I honestly can't remember them anymore. Look at me. Look at what has become of me. Only by the Abyss's grace have I managed to maintain this physical form. But as for the rest, memories, spirit, emotions, personality, they have long become eroded, fragmented beyond recognition. Even if mine was a past steeped in sin, or in shame I once longed to hide, I would wish to remember it. Without my history, I fear I will become another person entirely. I would like to apologize for any misdeeds that are mine. So please, tell me everything. Tell me about the Conria we once called home.
No wonder your personality struck me as different. Memories are indeed a crucial part of a person's identity. So, the Conria we once called home. Dainsley slowly closed his eyes. Countless memories of Conria flood into his mind. All the sights, memories, and feelings, everything etched in the heart of his mind. Simply recalling everything seems to take a long time.
You seem to remember much. Could you tell me more about it? About our golden age?
I hate when it does that black screen of dialogue and only gives you a few seconds to read it. That's not very nice. I'm not interested. I neither have the time nor the sympathy.
Is that so? What a pity. But this will be quite sufficient, as long as the loom of fate heard what I could not.
The loom of fate? What have you done? Tell me.
I'm afraid I owe you yet another apology, Dainsleif. You were right. I lied to you earlier. Your wits are too sharp to be fooled by me.
This is what I meant by this quest was very important.
The homeland hasn't yet been revived. In fact, even the ley line weaving is not yet complete. Think of ley lines as the collection of memories concerning a given place. To reweave Conria's ley lines as they were 500 years ago, we would somehow need to retrieve almost all the memories of Conria from that age. The loom of fate cannot weave without an abundant supply of memories. And so, we relied on everyone in the Abyss Order to provide what they could. Even though fragments are all that remain in most cases, the more we all share, the more that can be restored.
So the Loom of Fate is running as we speak. In this so-called meditation your members have been performing, its purpose was to supply the loom with memories, wasn't it?
Indeed. We, a people in exile, stranded 500 years in the future, will weave our homeland anew and bring the nation of our dreams back into the real world. Ah, what a glorious undertaking! What a shame it had to take this long. After 500 years, most of our memories have faded, and a world woven from broken memories shall itself be broken.
So that's where I'm supposed to come in. You look for assistance from your mortal enemy, who has sworn to hunt you down?
Precisely. For you possess a ring left to you by your elder brother, which continuously resets your body's condition. Of course, your memories are susceptible to erosion just like ours. But of all Conrians who remain, you are sure to remember the most. We had to obtain the memories in your mind, whatever the price. Even if it meant sacrificing our entire army as bait.
So this was your true goal. To lure me here, guide me into a state of meditation, and access my memories. So be it. A few of my fading memories for your entire army. That strikes me as a fair trade. I appreciate your generosity. You're gambling everything you have on the Loom of Fate. This could be a costly mistake for you in the long run.
Perhaps, but that is the gamble our Highness has chosen to make. And thanks to you, the Loom of Fate has now finished weaving. Perhaps, but that is the gamble our Highness has chosen to make. And thanks to you, the Loom of Fate has now finished weaving the ley lines. New Conria is complete!
Enough about your beloved leader. You said you would pay any price for my memories, did you not? In that case, prepare to be slain another 100 times for your deception. I hope it was worth it.
Let's ride!
Off we go.
It's Judith! Great! She's still here!
Cutscene! Meredith, are you okay? Did something happen? What is this? Could this be the Cataclysm? Is this where Deirdith is right now? So, she really is...
We're not from the same world, are we?
No, I come from your future.
Wait, but that's great! That means the world isn't going to end. In that case, tell me, what happens to Conria? What happens to my homeland? No, wait. Don't answer that. We can only fight for our future. If the future is unknown, I still believe the Savior can turn things around. I'll carry on looking for him, even if you're not there to protect me. Although, in a way, I've already found my savior. It's you. You protected me, and I believe you can protect us all. You're the one who can change everything. It's just too bad that we're not from the same time or place. Oh, one last thing before I forget. I know how much you want to find your brother. Surely he must be desperate to find you too. So, is there anything you can give me as a memento? Proof that we met? That way, when I do find him, I can convince him that you're also searching for him.
A memento? Wait.
Huh? What is it?
If this is her future, if this is her fate, so that's what happened. East Toroth, the ruler of time, must have had a hand in this. There's no other way that this meeting could have taken place. Ether. I knew only the ending. I've always been curious about the events that led to it. When the Cataclysm first began 500 years ago, I, as the Prince of Conria, was preparing to do my part, to fight back with all my might. But then this girl, Deirdith, she found me. The irony that was that even as she desperately begged me to save the world, she brought me news of you. I was stunned, and I was suspicious of her claim that you were searching for me. But then she showed me the key to your hibernation chamber. She actually did it. We've been separated ever since I awakened into Vat. I searched the whole planet and found no trace of you anywhere. And then she brought me that news at the worst possible moment. I was faced with an extremely difficult decision. I desperately wanted to see you again, but Conria was in equally desperate need of my help. I knew that no matter what I chose, I'd regret my decision for the rest of my days. So I steeled myself against the guilt and made my decision. I went to see you. And then, but when I found you, you were still in hibernation. Even the key to the chamber was still on your person. You're saying 3 keys existed simultaneously in that moment? I couldn't make sense of what I was seeing, but there was no time to think. I just grabbed you and ran. That's where we are right now, an intersection in our memories. The question has haunted me for the past 500 years. I never imagined the answer would come to me like this. So, my actions 500 years in the future set everything in motion. Are you mocking me, Eastaroth? The Erdith succeeded in bringing us together, but unfortunately, it is versions of us 500 years apart. She hoped that the Savior would rescue Conria, save the entire world, but instead, the news she brought led the Savior to make the complete opposite decision. How awful. Is it that her fate? Is that her fate? Is that how her story must end? Has Conria really been revived? Not yet, but I've taken a very important step. Now the ley lines of Conria are complete. I've always thought that the Vat's ley lines were locked by the heavenly principles. No more can be added, and existing ones cannot be replaced. But then I learned that Natlan's Night Kingdom appeared to be an exception to the rule. It has intrigued me ever since. So I directed a Abyss Order to feign an attack on Natlan, buying me some time to enter the Night Kingdom and negotiate with the Lord of the Night. Unfortunately, for other reasons, even the Night Kingdom cannot host any new ley lines. The most I could get was some room to carry out the weaving process. The Lord of the Night did say that even she can only reconstruct Natlan ley lines. It's probably for the same reason. Still, I received the Lord of the Night's permission and activated the Loom of Fate. Using an Intervat as the base, I was able to grow a realm based on the Conria of 500 years ago, superimposing it over present-day Natlan's space-time. That superimposition is what allowed you and Deirdith to cross paths. That's what I saw in my dream. He's not lying about that, at least. But what I don't understand is, why did the Lord of Night agree to this? After that, the new Conria was enriched with memories of the old, drawn from the Abyss Order's members in their meditation sessions. With those memories as raw materials, and the superimposed realm as a template, the Loom of Fate finally finished its work. What I now held in my hand is the Atlas of the New World. With this product of the loom of fate, holding within it the entire network of New Conria's ley lines. With this, the nation once known as Conria can rise again. One day, I will find a suitable location for it. Why is reviving Conria so important to you? Is it really just because of guilt? When I first arrived in Conria, 500 years ago, my memory was completely blank. It was only after I had served as their prince for many years that I slowly began to remember everything, including you. What? Your memories were erased? But recovering old memories didn't simply erase the part of my life I spent in Conria. I'd still see it as my second home. That is why my guilt weighs so heavily on me. But even so, that only constitutes part of my motive. More importantly, if I wish to speak with the heavenly principles as an equal, I will need the might of an entire world behind me. Cutscene! I don't know why, but the way you're talking, it doesn't sound like you at all. Ether, what's holding your plan? Why does it have to do with us? All along, it's only ever been about us. Goodbye. We will begin anew at the end of your journey.
Our hero is back! Everyone's been waiting for you! The Abyss Order made a full retreat before our forces even arrived on the scene. All thanks to your efforts, no doubt. Oh, and Mr. Dainsliff's, of course. What's wrong? You look upset.
Paimon doesn't know the details either. The Traveler just disappeared after taking Deirdre's hand. It was like they got sucked into another world. Paimon was looking all over for her, and then she suddenly reappeared, right back in the same spot, but looking a lot more glum.
I need some time to take everything in.
I think I got the gist of what happened. Something to do with your brother? I spoke with the Lord of the Night in a dream just now, and learned quite a lot.
Huh? You met your brother?
We had a long talk.
And you didn't think to tell Paimon right away? Well, never mind. Paimon can see that you're pretty down right now. But let's go over everything later, alright?
What your brother accomplished? It all but defies comprehension. I was stunned when I heard about it too. But what surprised me the most was that the Lord of the Night actually chose to allow it.
I would have never expected that.
The Lord of the Night did try to explain it to me, but in a word, it's complicated. During the war with the Abyss, Mawika had an argument with the captain. Mawika believed that we should fight to protect our culture and memories, while the captain believed the preservation of the ley lines should come before all else. So, the Lord of the Night was very intrigued when presented with the Loom of Fate, and informed of its ability to weave ley lines. She saw your brother's actions as a potential third option, namely to preserve an entire nation in the form of an atlas.
Preserve a nation? You've definitely lost me now.
You're not the only one. Paimon's got no idea what's going on either.
With that in mind, the Lord of the Night gave the go-ahead once she was satisfied that the Loom of Fate wouldn't have any real effect on Natlan. However, I believe she imposed an additional condition of her own.
An additional condition? Did she ask for something in return?
No idea. She wouldn't tell me what it was.
Huh.
Alright, well, let's not overthink this for now. We just won a war! Time for a well-earned drink to celebrate. I trust the Lord of the Night unreservedly. I'm sure she only involved herself to take a problem off our hands, so it's one less thing for us to worry about. Don't you agree, Traveler?
You've got a point.
Come on, let's head back to the Collective of Plenty. Oh, Veressa should be there too. We'll treat you to a real feast.
There's somewhere else I want to go first.
Huh?
Ian-san, leave her be. This might be hard to understand for an extrovert like you, but some people need alone time to recharge every once in a while.
Traveler?
Welcome back, Jay. You did miss a lot. Before you know it, you've fallen asleep, drowning in a myriad of your thoughts. You faintly sense what's like someone, but this time it sends you into a deep sleep where sweet dreams await. Well, with that, the quest is finished. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in a next stream.